going on, my beautiful people? It's your boy, Ray Vicente is back with another video, and I know, I was gone for a little bit, but I have good reason. I was in Japan, and it actually ties in with this video. It's actually not for the reasons you think, it has nothing to do with Japan. But when I was over in Japan, I've been noticing a lot of things. And when I say notice, I mean I seen some people that I know go through this, like some people that I went to high school with or people who I've grown up with. And actually I've been seeing it all over social media, so it's always on social media. And when I'm talking to my boys, it always gets brought up. And the topic is relationships, believe it or not. And before the video gets started, I'm not claiming to be a Riz master or a relationship expert, but I feel like if people would actually listen to the advice I'm about to give, it will save them a lot of time and hurt in the long run. The common thing I always see in these relationships that people get into is that they rush too fast into things. And I think I should articulate myself a lot better than that. What I mean by that is that a lot of people try to find a relationship. It doesn't happen organically. We're in an era of social media and dating apps to see how many swipes you can get, how many likes you can get, how many matches you can get on Tinder, Hinge, whatever you go on. And what people don't really realize is that a lot of that time that you spend on Hinge, it's always a sped up process. Nothing happens organically. You never have time to truly know that person. You see how they look like and you're like, oh wow, damn. They're hella fine. Then they end up talking with what's inside their pants. They don't actually think rationally. They only think about one thing. And honestly, I don't think I even have to mention it. I think you already know what I mean, right? People don't understand is that in this generation, it glorifies how many bodies you can get, how many people you can sleep with. They don't really go on these apps to try to find the one. And listen, let's just make the argument that, some of these relationships actually do last, but then I can just ask you the same argument back in a different way. How many of those relationships don't actually last? Alright, for an example, let's just give a scenario that you probably have had with your friends or you've probably heard around the corner or even on Twitter. You have your friend that met this person on Hinge or Bumble or Tinder, and they're excited to show you what they look like. Like, hey, look at this person. Don't you think they're attractive? Do you think, hey, they're the one for me? And I know a lot of you out there are just way too nice not to give them the truth. But deep in your head, you're thinking like, damn, bro, like, didn't you just meet them and all that? Like, it's just a dating app, you haven't even talked to them fully like that. Or you have this thing when you can just tell by looking at someone that they're a player or that they're there not for their reasons that they should be there, or they straight up just do actions that your friend just completely ignores because they're so desperate to find the one or to find love. And then when things don't work out, they come back to you and say, why didn't you tell me? Okay, listen, we all have that one friend or multiple friends where you tell them every single red flag that you see, but they choose to ignore it, and they see the one green flag, and the green flag is the absolute bare minimum. And in their head, they're thinking like, I see all these red flags, but when I see one green flag, green means go. So straight up, literally with all of that, you don't want to say anything because you know how the pattern repeats. People don't want to listen when it comes to relationships like that. The reason why I'm saying this or giving this example, because it's to reiterate the point that when you go on online dating, you don't fully get to see the person for who they are. Everything, like I said in the beginning, is a sped up process, and you don't really know what you see in that person. The only thing that you're really seeing is how much you want to be in a relationship and how desperate you are to find one because you see all these other couples around you getting into one. And from an outside perspective, you see how their relationship is flourishing. It's cute. It's everything that you want. But notice what I just said. from the outside perspective. Most of these relationships that you see on social media that make you want to get into a relationship so bad, that make you jealous, you don't know what they're like behind closed doors. I assure you that most of the relationships that you've seen, that you called cute, that you want, that you fantasize, they are most likely getting into fights every other day, or someone's cheating, or they're even stuck in the relationship because they've been there for so long and they don't know how to leave because they're straight up just used to it. So why am I saying all these things coming off as pessimistic? I'm saying this because I learned that you don't need to find a relationship. It's going to find you eventually. Let things happen organically. And when you're in the process of letting things happen organically, please just work on yourself. You're gonna love it. You're not even gonna realize that you're not even thinking about finding a relationship anymore. You're just thinking about bettering yourself at that point. Getting your bread up, getting your career up, getting your degree, doing things that make you personally happy. I promise you, when you do this, you're going to feel so much happier about yourself. And later down the line, when you get that relationship that does happen organically, it's going to be the best relationship you've ever been in. I say this because I used to be that person that was like, damn, why can't I find anyone like all these other people are doing? And let me tell you, when I did date at that time of my life, I can assure you that it was so bad. Like, the relationships wouldn't even go past the 3-month mark. And a lot of the times, the people were crazy. Like, dead ass. But that's also because I didn't really get to know the person and just rush into a relationship. And honestly, now I'm in the best relationship I could have asked for. Because I met someone organically and it clicked. And you'll know because it'll feel so natural. What a lot of people don't understand either is that when you're in a relationship, it's just not your boyfriend or girlfriend. The person should be also your best friend. However, those are my thoughts on the whole matter. It's another short video, but I think I like to keep these videos short and concise because I know a lot of people's attention span, if you're like me, it's not that great. So I try to keep it as short, straight to the point as possible. If you have a friend that needs to hear this, please send it to them because we all know we have that one friend that needs to hear it. If you guys liked the video, please like and subscribe, and until next time guys, I'll see you later. Peace out.